We're going live.
Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to A Course in Miracles, followed by Chanting for Change. I'm Teri Angel here with my co-host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
You look all warm and cozy tonight.
It's chilly here in California, too.
I think it is all over the whole country right now, except for Florida, of course. But we have a nice family here tonight to discuss A Course in Miracles, lesson 28. Wow. So Auntie Jean is with us, Sharon Ria, Christine and Sunny, and our Charlie Coons.
Hello,
and
everyone.
Suzanne just came in virtually. Hi, Suzanne. So glad you're here. So let's jump right into it. Karen, what do you say?
I say that sounds great. So this is our moment to join in that beautiful remembrance of our original, innocent, natural, true self. Use this time to bring yourself into the full awareness of your full presence. To know that you are at one with everything and everyone, and that all is well. All is one. All is light. All is love. Seek you no further. You will not find peace except the peace of God. Accept this fact and save yourself the agony of yet more bitter disappointments, bleak despair, and a sense of icy hopelessness and doubt. Seek you no further. There is nothing else for you to find except this peace. It is within. And unless you are seeking for misery and pain, you can stop looking. So let's just gently come back into this moment. Just noticing that that peace did wash over us. and that we had a shared moment where we strengthened that feeling of inner peace and inner strength, inner wisdom and inner guidance for the entire world. The one mind, the one heart, and the one soul, the one light that we are. I love just resting in that. Just resting in that certainty. It's funny, I can see that in your eyes, Sharon, when I just look at your eyes. It's just like resting in that feeling of peace. So I love you.
I
Thank
love
you.
you too. Thank you. I love how you get us started every night, Karen. Thank you.
I feel like it just brings us all home, you know, like Charlie always says, we're just walking each other home.
Yep.
And it feels like every time we go into that space of peace, it just radiates. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Karen. And this lesson is so profound today. And I just want to read this first part of what the insights have to say about lesson 28. I know we're going to ask you all to share about what you did yesterday, but this one I think is just so amazing for us. And this one, he says, while growing up, I learned to give meaning to everything around me. I learned what everything is for. I am now learning to step back from my past, to let go of the past. I'm now learning to have an open mind about what anything is or what it is for. I am learning to let go of my automatic responses and open to a new meaning given to me by the Holy Spirit. This has not been easy unless I quiet my mind, slow it down, and let it shift into another gear. And when I do this, the Holy Spirit lifts the veil, the meaning I had given things, and shown me the love of God that lies behind each thing that I see. And I think this is where we've been moving toward. This is the part where when we say, I see nothing, or I don't know what that means, we've been moving to this very lesson right here, lesson 28, of just being able to let go and take that pause and go in, like what Karen just led us into, that beautiful moment of just being still. I keep thinking of that verse from the scriptures, be still and know that I am God. And when we can have that holy moment, then the veil is lifted. And we do know what everything is for, because we're shown on a different realm, we're shown on a different dimension, that it's not the illusion and the separation we thought it was. So for me, I just love this lesson. I'm excited about doing this one tomorrow, and excited about what you all think, and you know how you did with yesterday's lesson, which was
Above all else, I want to see.
above all else, I want to see the willingness. And that's what I think is important for us, is to just be willing. When we're willing, we're teachable. If we're resisting, we're not going to get the lesson. And that's just fact. If we keep making noise and not tuning in and listening, we're not going to hear. And we're not going to see what we're here to see, which is the oneness. So we'll open it up and see what you all saw yesterday, and if you wanted to see above all else.
Well, it was, I was doing it all day, a lot of the day. I missed sometimes and stuff, but sometimes I was doing it every 5 minutes. I just kept doing it. But we ran out to get some, well, first thing in the morning, I did a meditation with Erica. And that meditation pops up is it was the violet, ancient violet eye chart or something. So it was like and it sounded like a children's melody, you know. And I tried to find it again, and I couldn't find it. I wanted to, but it was like, wow, it was a seeing thing. And then we go out to pick up a few things for the vision board class today. And on the back of a garage or a shed, you know, it's a road where you got to it's a V like, and you got to turn around and go the other way. And as you're going, there's a shadow of a pole and a cross arm, and it's a cross up right in the middle of the way the sun was hitting it. It was like right in the middle of the shed. It was like, wow, look at the cross right there. And it was a shadow, you know. So it was, yeah. I was seeing things with, but when I was connected, when I was saying it, I'd close my eyes. Sometimes I'd say it out loud, other times say it to myself, but I could feel it, because I'm getting into that, godly state, I guess you'd call it. So anyway, yeah. That's how it went for me today.
Beautiful, Charlie. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a good one. I very sweet with tonight to my that's a miracle. I have it on the weekend, so I'm so was sleeping in.
Good, honey.
I'm starting to have a little bit of a problem because I feel like the course has been changing me so much. It almost feels like an old glove that's comfortable, that's coming around. And like when I was doing that, I want to see more than anything else. I want to see. To me, see is almost a synonym to understand. And yet I know that I don't have to understand everything, And then I was looking ahead to today's lesson, really, where it says I want to see differently. And I'm like, I don't want to see differently. I like the way I'm seeing. I feel like I'm seeing fresh and new and reborn. And so I don't really, maybe I'll understand it more when we talk about it and discuss it. But I have this thing right now where I say, I don't want to see differently. I like the way I'm seeing now.
I'm in a good state, right? Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say.
Well, you jumped ahead.
I guess I did kind of jump ahead, but as soon as well, they're on this on my book, they're on the same page. So you
Right,
see
exactly.
the next one right away. And so, yeah, so it's a puzzlement to me what we're going to do with this lesson, because I'm liking the way I see now. I'm liking the changes that have happened. And
that's important. Yeah, Suzanne said, I tried to see with my heart.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, there you go, Jean. I think that might be something for you to tune into as well. Instead of seeing it differently, see it from that perspective of what is your heart saying about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And remember in the class today, Suzanne, when we did the Akashic Records, she saw a veil and she said that fits the vision I had today about the veil. Yeah.
I had an interesting thing today. I like Eugene. I like Eugene, and I, comma, then I, comma, like Eugene, had both of them coming at the same time, yesterday's and today. And I had a lot of quiet time. Well, it wasn't total quiet time, but I did the lesson. Above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see. And what happened was I was inspired, guided to call my friend in DC, because I'm not listening or watching things that are interruptive of my peace right now, the news or anything. And so the story about Teri Nichols in Tennessee, or I forget which state it was. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Was it Tennessee? I was right.
Yeah.
I just saw a quick thing. They had the video. I'm like, oh my goodness, no, no one. And then I heard or saw in my head, because I want to see differently. It wasn't vacant. It got filled in with, this is appropriate for the people that are judgmental of white officers killing a Black man, and now they need to see it's Black officers killing a Black man. It's not which color or which side, it's people harming people. And I don't, but people need to see that in order to have the opportunity to see something different, which led me into today's lesson, Jean. So that was my experience.
That's like I was just on Facebook or whatever, and this one person I know, and she does Reiki and stuff, and she had a thing. Her daughter works as a hostess in the city at a steakhouse, a fancy one or whatever. And there was all commotion outside, but she didn't go outside, but a 42-year-old businessman or whatever took his life and jumped. So it's like something. So it was something she was glad she didn't see it.
Yeah.
Just how how we were talking about this, and I just seen something and we talk about seeing things and not seeing things. But anyway, yeah.
So
well, I'm not talking about, well, okay, I'm confused. When I say I don't want to see differently, I'm talking about me.
I think I understood. Yeah.
You understood?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking about
totally.
seeing
Totally.
differently. Of course, we
Right.
want to see it. Yeah, I'm talking about, I love the way that the Course in Miracles has changed my perspective. And
Mhm.
yes, Susan, you're right. Seeing with your heart is what you need to do. And so I like being able to do that. I'm comfortable with that now. Anyway.
Jean,
sorry.
I think I align with what you're saying, and I think I understand from even the first time you said it, because what I customarily would have seen is all the violence that was going on. And now, because I want to see, and then it kind of went into today's, which is I want to see differently, I was given a different way to look at or see or understand or have some other view of what was going on with that particular incident.
Well, you see that the lessons are building on each other. And if we go back a little bit, just a little bit, and we go back a couple of lessons behind, we were what I see as a form of vengeance, remember? And so we're looking at what we have been looking with our physical eyes and how we can start to look with our spiritual eye to see things from a different, because when we are in this world, we are in a perception world, and we have the choice of how we choose to experience whatever is coming into our object, the object that's coming in front of our eyes. We get to make a decision about what it is that we're seeing. Are we going to engage in that? Are we going to go down into the ego's dream, into the nightmare? Or are we going to ask Holy Spirit to help us to see it differently? That's what today is going to lead us into. So yesterday's lesson was all about not looking with your physical eyes, not looking, because the physical eyes are the ego's eyes. The physical eyes are the conditioned, programmed, psychological mind. So when we're looking at something, we're looking at it as beautiful Sharon said, we're looking to judge it. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it good? Is it bad? Do I like it? Do I not like it? Do I, that's what these eyes were meant to do. They're meant to keep us in the dream of separation. These eyes are supposed to judge. If it doesn't judge, if it doesn't find guilt, if it doesn't find shame and judgment, then it starts to just dissipate. And then we find out it was never real in the first place. And it's a bunch of ideas, it's a bunch of concepts, it's a bunch of conditioning, it's a bunch of ideas that have been shoved at us. And unfortunately, fortunately, we get to choose. Are we going to see things differently? This is where we're going today to our next lesson. Do we want to see things differently? Or do we want to just keep being in a vengeance, judgmental world? We get to choose. So let's see what Jesus has to say to us. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Today, we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. See how they're building each time they go talk about how each lesson builds into the next lesson. So in these practice periods, you will be making a series of definite commitments. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not any concern here. If you are willing to at least make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them. And we are still at the beginning. You may wonder, why is it important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently? In itself, it is not important at all. Yet, what is by itself? And what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. You either see or not. When you have not seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. When you say, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are making a commitment to withdraw your preconceived ideas about the table. You are opening your mind to what it is and what it is for. You are not defining it in past terms. You are asking what it is rather than telling it what it is. You are not binding its meaning to your tiny experience of tables, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts. You will not question what you have already defined. And the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers in saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently. You are committing yourself to seeing. It is not an exclusive commitment. It is a commitment that applies to the table just as much as anything else, neither more nor less. You could, in fact, gain vision from just that table if you would withdraw all your own ideas about it. Do you see how this is talking about what Jean just talked about?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how it all fits together?
totally.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm so grateful. My heart was just going, oh my God, like, thank you that you just answered all the questions in one sentence right there. In using the table, let's read that again slowly. You could, in fact, gain vision from just that table if you would withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and infinite value, full of happiness and hope, hidden under all your ideas about it. Its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. In using the table as a subject for applying the idea for today, you are therefore really asking to see the purpose of the universe. You will be making this same request of each subject that you use in your practice period. Are you making a commitment to each of them to let its purpose be revealed to you instead of placing your own judgment upon it? We will have 6 2-minute practice periods today in which the idea for today is stated first and then applied to whatever you see about you. Not only should the subjects be chosen randomly, but each one should be accorded equal sincerity as today's idea is applied to it, in an attempt to acknowledge the equal value of them all in your contribution to your seeing. As usual, the application should include the name of the subject your eyes happen to light on, and you should rest your eyes on it while saying, above all else, I want to see this lamp differently. Each application should be made quite slowly and as thoughtfully as possible. There is no hurry.
You know, I was battling, I don't want to say battling, I was gently asking my mind to shh, because as you were talking, since I know many of us have done this a lot of times, so I have that concept, and my mind wanted to say, you don't need to practice with that because you know that there's nothing. But I was like, shh, I'm going to do the practice and you're going to come along and see nothing. And then we might see something instead of what we think we see. So while you were reading, it was doing this.
Yeah.
That's the I know mind, the idea
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
And when we identify with the I know this, I already know this, and we just kind of tune it out, that is the I already know who I am. I know who I am. I'm not the Christ. I'm not the living Christ. You're not answering that question to yourself anymore. You've already closed your mind. Your mind is
Exactly.
closed. I've already decided. So if we sit in denial and we sit living in that denial of, just thinking, I already know all this. Why am I even here? Why am I even reading this? Why am I even here? That's the I know mind. And when you feel that way, that's when you really need to take it into your heart and say, Spirit, take over, please. And just like Sharon said, stop. I have that. I tell that part of the I know mind, shut up. I'm not listening to you anymore. You haven't been helpful. You're not helpful. I'm not listening to you anymore. And just, it's not real anyway. It's not real. And the more that we give it reality, the more we give it power. It's not real. The more you pay it no mind, the more it stops talking.
And the miracles happen. Yeah. Kathy Hand is sharing her miracle. They went to look at cars today, and she said the one that she just knew that they needed to walk out of there with that car, and they did. And she said, we took a big chance going to Virginia to look at and eventually buy a new vehicle. If we go by what we, quote, see, we did not stand a chance. We are not a wealthy class. We have preconceived idea that they would judge us as less than, but I went there and I knew that was going to be my new car. It took all day, but we saw that today was a lesson in patience and just holding ground.
Love it. Congratulations.
And
Enjoy
that's
your new car.
very similar to what happened with the Angel Mobile. Jean was with me when we went and walked out of there with that new Angel Mobile. So it's not a matter of qualifying for it. Even if you're supposed to have that vehicle, you're going to have that vehicle, which were the words that God, I said to God, if I'm supposed to have it, I'll have it. And the salesperson said the exact same words to me. And so, yeah, it's not a matter of seeing it, it's believing and trusting and knowing and seeing it different.
Mm-hmm.
So I love this lesson. I love that our Grace Isis just showed up for us. And it is time to do some chanting.
Yes, we played before our call yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, the lesson for tomorrow, above all else, I was on the last lesson. Above all else, I want to see things differently. So I'm going to hold that, what Suzanne said, seeing it with my heart and see what difference there is when I do that. So thank you all for the lesson.
A song came to me. These eyes are crying.
Yeah, I know that song, Charlie. But you guys have a wonderful chant.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
Sharon.
sign off.
Thank you to everyone who came
Good
to study
night.
A Course in Miracles. We love you. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
Yep.
And I'm going to go turn this off of the private group. Karen, if you'll get us started on chanting, please.
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family, beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom. And then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all illusions and illness be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Nam Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Pataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Pataye Namaha. Pataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Mm.
Ganapataye.
Let's take a breath into our heart center. When you breathe that air into your lungs, just let it go all the way down to your diaphragm, filling your lungs completely. And just feel the energy there. When we feel into the freedom of letting go, the energy of just awakening to our potential, we know that we are much lighter in our spirit and we can lift up, up, up to the higher plane where the miracles just flow abundantly, where we just think something and it appears. And these miracles are always there for us. We put those barriers in, we put the obstacles in front of ourselves. But when we do this chant and we chant to release all of that and we clear it away, then we have room to bring in the miracles. So let's go into this Nam Myoho Renge Kyo miracle chant and bring in the miracles. What do you say, Karen?
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. And then beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. Beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam 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 Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Oh,
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge 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 Kyo. Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo.
Nam
Joe.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Let's go back into the heart center. And when you go back in, I think you're going to find that it has expanded and you've pulled in some of that beautiful love energy. Kuan Yin says love is the energy that heals. So when we go into this miracle chant, when we've released all that we need to release, we find our healing. And as you hold that energy of love in your heart now, we're going to give honor and glory to God, the Creator, however you see God. And we're going to chant Om 3 times. Om is the cosmic sound of God. And then stay in your hearts. Bring that energy of love up to your brain and let them communicate And then we'll give that love away to the world. So take a deep breath in, focus on the love, and let's chant Om. Now, as you focus on that beautiful love energy, let's send it out to the world. As you breathe it in with your in-breath, hold it near and dear to your heart. Allow yourself to feel that warmth, to feel the loving arms of Divine Mother wrapped around you. And on the out-breath, send that love out to the world. Just let it go where it needs to go. Om Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Thank you, God, for this beautiful energy of peace that we feel in our hearts after we do the chanting to release and to call in the miracles. Thank you to all who will receive the love that we send forth. And it's our everyday prayer for peace on earth, and that peace may prevail in all of our hearts and be at the forefront of everything that we think. Om Shanti. Oh, welcome, Marlene. Our miracle Marlene joined us during that chant. So happy to have you here. And every night we make a declaration that there is peace on earth. Chris, are you ready to lead us in this tonight?
Yeah, we do this every night. We the prayer that peace on earth and be kind to everyone else, and read the prayer. 1, 2, 3.
We
declare
Yeah.
there is peace on earth.
We
No.
We
declare
declare
That
in
peace
inside of us.
inside of us.
Yeah, so it is.
and
always
And
and forever.
And
Amen.
And
or amen.
Charlie,
Oh, that would be me.
you're up.
Oh, we're a group known as the Peas for Peace.
Peace for peace.
Peace for
Peas for
peace.
Peace.
For peace.
And we've been doing this for 971 days.
Wow.
Coming
That's
up on
a
1,000 soon.
Yes. It's a long time I've been a P. It's been a long time since Teri's been a P, and
Yeah.
Karen's been a P, and Charlie's been a P, and Chris has been a P, and Gracie's been a P, and Marlene has been a P. And
Mhm.
wouldn't you like to be a P too?
yay.
Absolutely. We love being peas. Love that the hills are alive with the chanting.
And
Great.
then you see.
She must
Maybe
have
Gracie's not in a good spot.
Yeah.
I'm here. That's sorry. We all know that the hills are alive with the sound of chanting
Then
and the sprinkling of
the
peace
peace.
and the smiles on
The
faces
faces.
because is coming.
One mountain.
When we chant.
And
Is coming around the
the
corner.
mountain.
Smiles on people's faces. Peace is
Coming
around when we chant. Nam
Chant.
Myoho and be kind.
Be kind.
And
How beautiful. Oh, Lena's here. She says, I miss you, Gracie.
Miss you too, Lena. Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Thank you for joining in
Yes,
tonight,
thank
Elena. Can't wait to see Elena in Sedona. Yay.
yeah, I'm not going.
So we have had a great time together tonight, and it's been a blessing to have all of you here that are here. Come back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again.
Yep.
Here, stay in your heart and stay blessed. And we leave you with
Namaste, y'all.
good night, everyone.
Good morning.
Great.
Thank you.
Don't forget to be kind. We kind of forgot that.
We said that.
I didn't hear.
Be kind.
Be
Good
kind.
night, everyone. Tammy,
Good night.
Bye.
good night, Tammy.